So yeah, as I said, cave bears are insanely dangerous. I didn't realize that they would swarm you in that cave, which that is a terrifying thing. I'm going to try this again. I really want to clear this cave. I don't want to just walk away in defeat. I'm going to try to prepare the best spell allotment that I can, which means all hard disables. And I don't care if it's cheesy or whatever. Given how incredibly strong the enemies in here are, we need every advantage that we can get.
Holy word.
Now the first group we can kill with kiting, so we can save our debuffs for the second group. I know it's frustrating, isn't it, cave bears? But there's nothing you can do about it. Consider it a compliment that you're so strong that I regard it as necessary to cheese you to death. Okay, we have not adequately dealt with that second one. One problem with indoor combat is random targeting of your abilities, which if you have a particular enemy you really need to disable, and it's in a group, that can be a problem, because you're not guaranteed to be able to hit the enemy that you really need to hit. Dimsdale's down. So this is an incredibly dangerous cave then. Alright, we just got ambushed by saber-tooths, who are just as terrifying as cave bears. Our only hope is if I can hard disable them as well. Okay, that one's not disabled. Now let's go find the blind one and kill it before it recovers. Okay. We're defeated. Run. So this cave is far more dangerous than I remembered then. Cave bears and saber-tooths are incredibly powerful enemies. Okay, that was a disastrous failure. I'm going to reload again. I don't want to have to run all the way back to town to revive my dead characters. That particular secret cave is called the Warrens, and I have concluded that it is not worth my time, because the enemies in there are insanely powerful, and I don't think there's any particularly good rewards in there. So that's quite enough of that. Pretty much no reason to go in there then. Other than, you know, the fun of finding all the secrets in the game and exploration. But I'm not going to explore if it gets my party killed. I think that's reasonable. Now, the next secret dungeons are all clustered along the southern cliff face, I believe. Which means we're going to be wandering around in endgame territory to check those out. I think we're close to the next secret dungeon now. Did I miss it? Starting to wonder if I missed it somehow. Nope, this is it. So you can probably tell what those are. Spiders. And so it will not surprise you to know that this little secret dungeon is called the Web Palace. Little secret beyond these vines. Giant spiders are not especially tough enemies. The most dangerous thing about them is that they can poison you. And that's the end of them. I think that's all there is to that little secret dungeon. So, not much to that one, really. But it's just fun checking these places out. Okay, here's the next of the secret dungeons down here. Let's go ahead and ready our best spells. Fumble with the controls as per usual protocol. In here we find more cave bears. And there is a swarm of them, which means we can't just kite. The random targeting on the debuffs is a big problem in indoor areas. Alright, we took them out. That was rough. And I think that's it. This is just a tiny little cave. And what's in here? Nothing but death. Let's go ahead and rest up. Because they really did a number on Dimsdale. But hey, we actually cleared a cave of cave bears that time. So I feel proud of myself. And down here is the next secret dungeon. By the way, just to give an idea of where we are, here's where we are on the map. So, like I said, we are now at the southernmost extent of the valley, pretty much as far away from the keep as you can get, since you have to cross the bridge and go all the way around the entire circumference of the valley to get here. And let's see what lies within. These secret dungeons have been so dangerous that they really have me nervous now. Owlbears, okay. Not as dangerous as cave bear. Never mind. Let's kite these guys. They are also terrifying. Also, there appear to be enough of them that kiting is going to be difficult. Okay, that guy's entangled. Never mind, maybe there was just a group of two. Look, never mind again. Okay, let's kite this guy. Ooh, clever fellow with the flank. What's going on? Okay, The entangle must have wore off on that guy really fast. Whew. Dangerous. So many caves full of terrifyingly dangerous bears around here. The owlbears guarded valuables worth 752 gold pieces. That feels like a slightly weak reward considering how dangerous that was. Still better than a stick in the eye, I guess. Let's go ahead and rest up again. And the journey continues. This is proving more dangerous than I realized it was going to be. And aside from the power leveling cave, the experience doesn't appear to have been great because we haven't gotten any more level ups. What? Still, it's really fun exploring just for the sake of exploring and seeing what there is to find.
Holy word.
Come on, guys. This is ridiculous. Hit something. It is a little tedious when you just get these long missing streaks and nothing happens. Oh, man. This is getting really absurd. Finally, Grelden as usual. Grelden, just show the rest of the party how it's done. Grelden's ready to solo this quest. He's like, man, you losers. You're just slowing me down. Alright, finally. My berating and mockery finally shamed them into performing reasonably well. And here's the next secret dungeon in this area. I don't remember what we're dealing with here either, so let us proceed with caution. Long and winding, whatever it is. Ants. Giant ants. Okay. I think we can handle this. Also, we've now confirmed that Bless does not go away if 11 damage. I underestimated their power. We've now confirmed that Bless does not go away if you start outdoors and go to an indoor area. It does persist, which is useful to know. I still don't know exactly how its duration is determined. 3. I'll never stop mocking that weak healing. Another... oh, this is quite cavernous. Let's kite to the extent that we can, because we saw that they can hit hard. Okay, going well so far. So this is basically a whole colony of giant ants, it would appear. Because it's so wide open, it does give us some kiting opportunities, even though there's swarms of them. You find nuggets worth 2,512 gold pieces. That is not a bad reward at all. Looks like that's all there is to be found in here, but I'll take it. That wasn't so bad. Better risk-reward ratio in this cave. Alright, on to the next. And here is the last of the secret caves on the southern cliff. It looks like our bless has worn off. So let's take care of that. As usual, I have no idea what's in here. Hopefully it's not too terrifying. Those look like giant rats, which is just about the least intimidating thing ever. Okay. Even a level 1 party can handle giant rats fairly easily. Maybe there's something more intimidating on this side, or maybe not. Well, that was a lot of rats. Oh, still more. Good lord, there's a lot of these things. I think we've got our party name now. Just call us the Exterminators. Well, that sure was a thing. We found a giant rat nest. And that's it. That's it for the secret dungeons around the circumference of the valley. As long as we're in the neighborhood, I'll wander around the swamp a little bit just to see if we encounter anything particularly interesting. There are some cool, unique swamp enemies. In the other swamp, the one that's totally separate from the valley, we ran into some aurochs. A level for Lucia. So she is now level 5. I think I'm actually going to give her the haste scroll. I'm not sure if I actually need to give it to her to do this, but I'm going to give it to her and let her scribe it. Because I have a different 3rd tier spell that I want to give to Draven once he hits 5th level. Alright, so Lucia has scribed haste and dispel magic. We are definitely going to prepare haste. Haste can be quite good. It increases the rate at which your characters attack. And you can see that in above ground combat because your characters will suddenly get 2 attacks per turn. I don't entirely know how it works in dungeon combat, but we can give it a try. But yeah, we ran into a couple of swamp enemies in the Lizard Man swamp. Some aurochs and some robber flies. But there are other unique swamp enemies as well that we still haven't seen yet. one of which is very cool. It'd be nice if we run into one of those. I don't know if we even can run into any enemies in this narrow area here, because it seems like monster groups can only spawn where there's a little more room. You would think our party could cross that tiny span of water to save ourselves a lot of time and not have to take this long stroll around the valley, but apparently not. This is what I was hoping to encounter. A black dragon! So cool. I love black dragons. Now we're going to get a lot of attacks before he gets to move because of the fact that we got initiative, but that's probably for the best, because if we actually fight him fairly, he is a terrifying enemy. We could just entangle him and make this encounter trivial, but that would be lame. Now, if it looks like we're going to get TPK'd, we'll do that anyway, but I'd rather defeat him fairly if we can. 27 hit points. That is very relevant in the case of dragons, especially because they have a breath weapon, which does damage equal to the number of hit points they have remaining. So while he has 27 hit points, he'd be able to do 27 damage with his breath weapon, which is quite scary. But since Dimsdale just did 10, now his breath weapon damage is down to 17. Which is still a lot, but at least it wouldn't one-shot any of my characters now. We might kill him before he can even act, which would be pretty anticlimactic. Well, he got a couple attacks in. You can tell his armor class is excellent, because even with our strong magical weapons, we're having trouble landing hits. Though we are getting some in. Oh, wow. Nice shot, Draven. This is going very smoothly. Awesome. Okay, I'm really happy that we encountered that, because the black dragons are just so cool. Such a cool enemy. Now, I feel like that fight might have been a little anticlimactic, because we defeated him with very little difficulty. But if they get initiative on you, or if you just get unlucky and miss them a lot, and they're able to get their breath weapon off, they do have the potential to one-shot a character, and that can be quite problematic. And since they get multiple attacks, if they get lucky on their... Okay, here's another unique swamp enemy. This is great. We're encountering lots of them. Giant leeches. You might think that's not scary, but you'd be wrong. Giant leeches are a surprisingly strong enemy. Don't underestimate them. As you can see, they too get multiple attacks. However, we dispatched them with minimal difficulty. This is going great. We encountered a couple of swamp enemies I've been wanting to see. As long as we're in the neighborhood, let's check out this cave. This is the end game cave. But let's have a peek. So this has a unique tile set, which is really cool. Looks very intimidating in here. A voice booms out. These passages have been sealed by the ancients. And I can't go forward. I'm hitting forward, but it's not letting me. So you are hard locked out of the final dungeon. until you get the appropriate things to get in. Which is sensible enough, I suppose. Although it might be kind of cool if the game let you just come straight here. Because a low-level party should get butchered, even though it's an indoor area, because you can't kite everything. Alright, so I'm going to start heading back. And once we get back to the central island, we're going to finally check out that dungeon behind the waterfall. Because it's a pretty cool one, too. Pretty dangerous, as I recall, but can it really be more dangerous than some of the caves we've already checked out? Probably not. Holy crap, it's another black dragon! Wow, 2 of them? That's awesome. Nice shot, Dimsdale. How many hit points does this bad boy have? Oh, he rolled poorly on his hit dice. He's weak. Only 19? Alright, well. I don't think we're going to have too much trouble with this one, then. Must be a juvenile. Alright, we are missing a lot. Ooh, landed 2 hits even with Lucia's armor class of -2. That's impressive. Armor class just saved her from a mauling there. She's dodging and weaving, warding off powerful blows with her shield. Its teeth and claws rattling off. That elven agility paying off. Ooh. Dimsdale takes a hit. This dragon's putting up a good fight. Our blows, even from our magic weapons, are just bouncing off. Never mind. Greldon once again. The true hero of this party. Alright, we're actually gonna rest now. We've been taking a beating.